let's talk about some of the phenomenal Black women that you have actually interviewed in the book.
Mhm.
Kamala Harris, the Vice President, Representative Maxine Waters, Stacey Abrams, Keisha Lance Bottoms of Atlanta. Talk a
Mhm.
little bit about your conversations with them and about how they were able to overcome and thrive in a system that was certainly designed to keep them out.
So, Kamala Harris, the Vice President of the United States, who identifies as Black, and she identifies as a Black woman. And she said, in that debate we all watched and we
Mm-hmm.
all were talking about when she challenged Biden about busing, he was hurt by that.
Yeah.
He was tremendously hurt by that because in the book I talk about how I had to moderate the NAACP presidential forum with all the presidential candidates except for Donald Trump,
Mm-hmm. He
but
refused to
to
go.
he refused to go, but to
Mm-hmm.
include William Weld, Republican William Weld, and I was there. It was in Detroit. And then everyone converged there. Everyone, all the candidates were mulling about in their little green rooms backstage. Kamala Harris came in her knobby wheeled vehicle and sat in that vehicle because the tension was so thick. You needed a chainsaw to cut it
Wow.
between her and Biden. She would not get out of the truck. Biden was walking around, and then when you can see, if you find the video, it's a hot mic moment. You can hear him. After I interviewed him, he said, "You know my heart. You know my heart." And I was like, okay, sir, And then when we
Right.
got backstage, he was like, you know my heart. We supported her. My son Bo, they were friends. And he just couldn't understand why that happened. He was still hurt. I knew it had to be an act of God for those two to come together.
Yeah.
And I said, there was no way it was going to happen because he was so hurt. She wouldn't get out the vehicle
Yeah.
because the tension was so ever present.
Yeah.
But somewhere along the way,
Mm-hmm. They found the way.
they found a way that what she did that was so painful for him pushed him to do more because someone, a very well-known person, I cannot say the name, who has the ear of Joe Biden, told me, she said, he doesn't operate that way. I said, oh, we're going to have a Black woman vice president. I said, no, what he did promise was a Black woman Supreme Court justice, and that's it.
Yep.
And I said, okay. I said, okay, it's not going to happen. Then all of a sudden, we started hearing all these names of Black women: Susan Rice, Karen Bass,
Mm-hmm.
Keisha Lance Bottoms, Stacey Abrams, Kamala Harris, and there were more on the list. But I said, wow. And I said, oh, it's not going to happen. But then Amy Klobuchar said, you need to put a Black woman on your ticket. It's
Yeah.
time. George Floyd, Amy Klobuchar,
Yeah.
everything, stars lined up. He named Kamala Harris, but he went further. Kamala Harris and these women are not optics.
Right.
They have the
They have the
pedigree.
pedigree. They've
They
done the
have the
work.
pedigree.
Yeah.
If you take race and gender out, they stand next to any white man.
Yes. Well,
Yes.
they probably will trump any white man, but don't, boom.
Okay. All
Pun
right. All right.
intended.
Pun intended. Okay. Yeah. I was like, yeah, that's a great play on words. So look,